yeah. Lee Duffy, do you remember when we started a conversation about him, but then the buzzer went? You served a bit of time with Lee Duffy. What was it like? What was he like?
It would have been about late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Armley Prison. I think it was late 80s, I think.
Right.
Might have been early 90s. I was on a lay down from Full Sutton.
Yeah.
Lee Duffy was... I'll tell you who else was there at the same time. Fucking Curtis Warren.
Wow.
And he was on a big charge and he got a not guilty and went out. And then later on he got another big charge and got put down for it.
Dear me, how?
And I used to play football with Curtis and Lee Duffy. Anyway, I met Lee Duffy and I was only on a lay down, mind you. I was Cat A, so I never had a lot to do with any cons because the screws wouldn't allow it, you know?
Yeah.
But the odd times I did, and this specific day, they let me into the bathhouse, which was a very rare thing for me, with all the lads, you know?
Yeah.
And Lee was there, and he wasn't happy, mate, because there was a dirty old fucking nonce coming to the showers. So I said to Lee, I said, well, are you sure he's a nonce? He says, yeah, he's fucking banged to rights, mate, little kids. I says, come on then, we'll fucking sort him out. So what we done, we used him as a human punch bag.
Wow.
We fucking hit him so many times, it was unbelievable. How he never died, I don't know. And he can fucking hit, Lee, mate. Mm-hmm. And we was body blowing him, his fucking head. And, we really smashed him to fucking bits, mate. There was blood all over the fucking shower. It was fucking funny, it was. Oh. But I said to Lee, I said, you know what, we've just done society a favour here, mate. I said, because he'd probably only get fucking probation and go out and do the same thing again.
Yeah.
But I got on well with Lee because he was a tough nut. He wanted to be the daddy, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
He always wanted to be the daddy, but he respected me because I'd done a long time, you know. And I just liked him. He was exciting. You never knew what he was going to do. Mm-hmm. He was loyal to his mates.
Yeah.
I rated him higher than that fucking Viv Graham. Viv Graham, as far as I'm concerned, was a fucking rat, mate, because when he was in Durham, he was like a fucking screw.
Did you get to meet Viv?
Yeah, when I was on the lay down in Durham. I met him there. But he was like a fucking screw. The screws were using him to fucking have a go at other cons.
Never.
He was like a bully in there, mate. Like a bully. But Lee was a different kettle of fish, mate. Lee was one of your own, solid, good to be around, sociable. But he was a fucking a proper handful. There's no doubt about it. He was an handful. I loved him.
He lived by the sword and died by the sword, though. He died young.
Like I say, Curtis was there. Like I say, he was on a big fucking charge. I'm not sure. I think it was a big boat of cannabis or something. Mm. And he was only young. I think he was only about 20. And he got a not guilty. And he got off of that. And then the next time he got nicked again. And he got bird that time.
Wow.
Got a big lump of bird, you know. But he was a nice fella and all, Curtis.
Yeah, he's still locked up. He's still locked up, I think, him.
But you knew what Curtis was, even at a young age. You knew that he was going to the top.
Yeah.
You know, he stuck out from everybody else. He was, you knew he was going out. He was going out for some serious fucking business, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
I liked him.
Viv Graham was a big lump, wasn't he? But
Viv Graham was a big lump. But I think he was a coward, mate, because anyone to work for the screws, in my eyes, are fucking cowards. You know, if he wants to work for the screws, he should have been a fucking screw, shouldn't he?
Did you see him getting any bother in jail in Viv, or was he not?
No, he was a fucking screws too, boy, mate.
Yeah.
Screws pet. Anything the screws told him to do, he done. Oh, I'll see him over there. Go and give him a slap, Viv. Give him a slap, mate. Liven him up a bit. He's getting a bit cheeky with him. Yeah, I'll sort that, Gov. I'll sort that. He was always on the hot plate, getting all the grub, you know.
Yeah.
He was a bully, mate. In my eyes, he was a bully.
Do you reckon that if they'd fought each other, because that's the big legend up here, if Lee...
fucking Lee would have smashed the granny out of him.
Yeah.
Smashed the granny out of him, mate. Lee would have been too fast for him.
Yeah.
Too fast. But I'll tell you who would have smashed them both.
Go on.
Freddie Mills.
Yeah?
Freddie Mills, mate. I was up in Durham when Fred gave old Paul Sykes a good slapping.
What did you make of Paul Sykes?
I like Paul.
Yeah.
I like a lot of people said he was a wrong one and a bully and all that, but I liked him. He was a character, eccentric. He was a fucking great gym man. He played rugby, boxing. He fought for the British title. Geezer up your way, John L. Gardner.
That's right. Yeah, I know John.
He lost, but he fought in the Royal Albert Hall, mate. He's in the history books. He ended up hitting a bottle, died in the gutter in Wakefield, where he was from. And a lot of people don't know this. I'm going to tell you something now that you probably don't know it either. You know Paul's dad?
Yeah.
He was a fucking screw in Wakefield prison.
Never in the world.
You could not make that shit up.
God.
His dad was a fucking SO in Wakefield prison. I knew his dad.
I remember when I was young, I read the book that he wrote in prison that he won the Kessler Award for, Sweet Agony. And when I read the book, there was a lot about, obviously, his prison activity and his boxing, but he seemed to have a right fetish for young girls. So I always found it a bit strange that people...
I know.
But people accused him of actually...
But when you say young girls, you're talking about 16, 17, 18-year-old girls.
Of course, yeah, but I always found it...
Loved him.
I
loved him.
I always found it strange then that he was accused of, like, supposedly, doing blokes in jail. Do you know what I mean?
I know all about that, and I don't believe it.
Well, I don't.
I don't believe it, mate. Honestly, I don't, because he was a ladies' man. He was a good-looking bloke, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, of course he was.
He looked a proper geezer.
Yeah.
And I've heard all them stories, but I can tell you one fucking story about Paul.
Go on.
You'll love this fucking story.
Go on, mate.
In Walton Prison in the 70s, because I first met Paul in 1974 in Walton, Liverpool jail, and he was doing a 5 years. That's when I first met him.
Right.
And Walton, the jail, because I'd done their roof, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
I smashed their roof to pieces, but Walton had a fucking great big cat. It was massive. And all the boys used to get tins of milk from the canteen, and when it was fish day, they used to give the cat the fish and build it right up. It was a massive fucking cat, and everyone loved that cat. And the cat went, and it used to kill all the rats. It used to chase the rats and eat the rats.
Right.
And it went missing. No one's seen it for a week. Even the screws were concerned. Where's the fucking cat? Tiger, they called it.
Yeah.
And where's Tiger? Where's fucking Tiger? Everyone was getting concerned. Governors, screws, cons, because it was a famous fucking cat.
Yeah.
And this day, Paul's come out of his cell, and the cat was on his head as a Davy Crockett fucking hat.
No way.
It actually killed the cat and made a Davy Crockett hat out of the cat. Now, even though it's naughty, and it is fucking naughty,
yeah,
but it's funny, isn't it?
Well, it must have gone down well with, I bet you, some of the screws.
But there's a lot of people fucking hated Paul over that,
Oh, I bet.
Hated him.
I bet, mate. I bet.
But he was a big lump, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He was a big lump. But I loved him, mate. He was a character. He was eccentric. He took no one was fitter than Paul. For the speed, the strength. He was a good boxer, good rugby player, all-round sportsman. Done people a lot of favours, and I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked him.
You speak as you find, Charlie, don't you?
Yeah, but Fred Mills was my favourite.
Yeah.
From up your way.
What was he in for?
Oh, Fred?
Yeah.
Violence.
Ah, right, okay.
And he used to have people over up there. He used to sell like tellies in boxes, but he used to put like breeze blocks in the box to make it the same weight as the telly. And he'd open one box and show someone, and the other 50 boxes will have breeze blocks in them. And he used to get in some right trouble over things like that. But I met Fred in Parkhurst in 1975, and I was in Bauble with him and all later.
Yeah.
And he was a fucking legend. And you know why they called him Fred the Head?
No.
because he's the only man in Broadmoor to smash his door off by headbutting it.
My God. I wondered how he
headbutted the fucking door off the hinges.
I wondered how he got the nickname. Who's your top 10 boxers? You've got Rocky Marciano. You said is that the all-time best for you?
Well, who said that?
You sent us a card with Rocky Marciano on.
With Rocky Marciano?
Yep, I've got it here.
When did I send you that card? It's actually got a picture of Rocky Marciano.
It's got why waltz with a guy for 10 rounds if you can knock him out in one.
Oh yeah, fucking hell, yeah, what a brilliant card that.
Rocky Marciano.
I sent that weeks ago.
Well, I've only got it yesterday.
Fucking hell, yeah, Rocky Marciano was the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, in my opinion.
Who's your top 10 then?
Top 10?
Yeah.
Right,
doesn't have to be
doesn't have to be on the guard there.
Doesn't have to be heavyweights. Top 10 boxers of all time.
Of all time, right?
My number one in my lifetime's Tyson.
Well, he's up there, isn't he, with the greatest. I think Ali would have done Tyson.
Yeah, maybe.
And the reason I say that is because Ali beat them all, mate. You know, the likes of George Foreman, Ken Norton, Joe Frazier. Ali was I think one of the greatest boxers of all time. He's got to be, mate. His record speaks for himself.
Yeah. Okay.
He done the Sonny Liston.
Yeah. True. He
was only a young boy when he done Sonny Liston, and Sonny Liston was a fucking animal, Steve.
Marciano against Ali then.
Right. Oh fucking hell! You see, the thing is with Marciano, he didn't know how to go back. He just kept that Marciano was prepared to take 10 punches just to get one out.
Yeah.
He had some serious fucking injuries, and bear in mind there was 15 rounders them days.
There were.
Well, my 10 tops.
Yeah.
Rocky Marciano.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. Joe Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
The great Marvin Hagler.
Legend.
I fucking loved him. Loved him. Style, class, fitness. I loved him. Got to have Roberta Duran up there.
The hands of stone.
Oh, got to have Roberta Duran. I'm going to say it, Holyfield.
Holyfield, yeah, warrior.
I don't think he gets the credit he deserves, that man.
True. Yeah, he's good for a great fighter.
It's hard. It's fucking hard.
Mayweather?
I don't really like him.
No.
Even though what he's done, you know, fucking genius, but
Pacquiao.
I've never liked him. Got to be Sugar Ray, innit?
Sugar Ray Leonard, another good show.
Yeah, got to be. Fucking hell.
Yeah, another legend. Absolute legend.
The great Joe Louis.
Joe Louis, yeah.
The Brown Bomber.
Brown Bomber, yeah. Another legend.
That was Joe Pole's favourite, you know, and he actually brought him over here, Joe Pole.
He did, I've seen the photographs.
He brought him over here and he took him up to Broadmoor to see Roy Shaw.
That's right, yeah, legend.
Yeah, there's so many, isn't there? There's so many, but
well,
Rocky Marciano.
Mm-hmm.
He was only little, you know, Steve.
Yeah, he wasn't he?
He was only 5'10" and a half.
Out of all of those...
And he was only 13 and a half fucking stone.
Yeah, and 15 rounders.
Compared to boxers today that are coming in the ring at 20 fucking stone.
Yeah, true. It's all...
But Marciano, he was a fucking hitter, mate.
I promoted most of those that you spoke about. I've brought Duran to the UK 3 times.
Wow.
His son's now boxing, Robert Duran Jr.
Yeah.
He's starting off in the pro career. I brought Joe Frazier to England for his very last UK tour.
Bloody hell. He was an old man.
Oh, he was. What a character.
He was a soul-smoking Joe. He's dead now, isn't he?
He died 3 weeks after he came to England for my show.
Bloody hell!
He stood at the Lancastrian Suite in Gateshead and sang "Who Let the Dogs Out" and started sparring.
The dogs fucking blind.
What a character! I've got to be honest. It's a story when people say to me, "Who's Charles Salvador?" I'm sure I've heard of him, and I'll go, "Well." And the only story I'll ever tell about you is I said, "Well, do you ever remember him taking these Iraqi hostages?" And he'll go, "No, I've not heard about that." I says, "Well, you know what?" I says, "You think I'm going to go down one direction with this story?" I says, "But I'm not." And then I'll say, "You actually tickled their feet with feathers."
I guess that's fucking true. That is honestly fucking true. There was 8 of the fuckers, you know. And they hijacked a plane from Baghdad and landed it at Stansted Airport, and they ended up on my unit, Max Secure unit, in Belmarsh Prison.
Yeah.
And I steamed into them, the fucking 8 of them, you know.
Wow.
And 5 of them ran out, and the other 3, I shut the cell door and took the fucking 3 of them hostage. It was so funny. I was squatting them. I had them sitting on my back doing press-ups.
Yeah,
it was fucking mental, mate.
Unbelievable, lad.
I got 7 years for that, and I've fucking laughed every day since. It was funny. Because 1 minute they're on a fucking plane, threatening to bomb the fucking plane up with 300 people on there, passengers.
Yeah.
And the next minute I've got the general in my cell tickling my fucking toes. And in his statement, right, it all come out in court, he actually said, we hijacked the plane to get away from Saddam Hussein, the madness of Saddam Hussein, and we've ended up with a manor person in fucking prison. I look back on that, mate. It was fucking funny. It was funny.
It's a funny story, that one, mate. It really is.
And do you know what? That was 1996.
God, oh mate, that was when
Can you fucking believe that? 1996. I still bump into fucking cons and screws who was there at the time, mate, and they couldn't believe what was happening, and because it was so political.
Yeah.
It was so political.
Unbelievable, that one, like.
You couldn't. If you didn't know me, you'd think I was making it up. Steve, you know that Paddy Conroy?
Yeah.
He's lost the fucking plot, hasn't he?
Have you been reading the book?
Yeah, he thinks you work for the MI fucking 5.
Honest to God, he smokes too much dope, man.
He's off his fucking trolley, mate.
But when you see that statement in the back, it tells you all you need to know, mate.
I find that very hard to read, that statement right at the back.
Yeah, well, he's like got a childlike scroll, but that's the 5-page statement that got Stephen nicked.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, mate, he's, you could never trust that cunt again, could you?
No, well, you can't, mate. You can't. He's lost the plot. Absolutely.
And it's pathetic, the way he's going on about, like, he reckons you work for the MI5. You know, that's just pure and utter paranoid shit.
And he keeps putting it on social media and stuff like that whenever he's on a computer. He's lost the plot, mate.
Yeah, he's gone, mate. He'll end up with an hole in his head.
Yeah, sad
do us a favour.
Yeah.
Get us a bullseye out of my pot.
Yeah. And
give it to your dad and tell him thank you.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, tell him a drink on Charlie.
Oh, I will do, mate. No problem. I will do. Thanks very much, mate.
You know, when people do things like that, mate, it means a lot to me, that.
Yeah, well, it should arrive today, so I'm going to send it. I've got George's email address, so George should have it by tea time tonight.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's all good.
Well, I'll let you crack on then, bruv.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more calls to make.
You have a good day, brother.
I always do on a Sunday. It's my rest day, isn't it?
Well, it is, mate. Enjoy. Take care, mate.
I eat as much as I fucking can.
Yeah.
Whatever I get hold of, I eat. And if I grab hold of one of them Iraqis, I'll fucking eat him and all. Listen, have a great day, bruv.
Take care. God bless.
Fucking love you.
Love you, mate. Bye.